Mercedes-Benz is one of the most famous and expensive car brands in the world today. It is worth around $80 billion. But many people forget that it started from humble beginnings. It all began with a poor engineer who faced many challenges while trying to build the first horseless carriage. Despite many failures, he never gave up. His small workshop later became the world's first and biggest car company in the late 19th century. However, the company's history also has a dark side. During World War II, it made military vehicles for the Nazis and used forced labor. Today, we will explore the amazing journey of Mercedes-Benz and the man who made automobiles a reality, Carl Benz. The early life of Carl Benz. Carl Benz was born in November 1844 in Germany. His father was a train driver, but died when Carl was only 2 years old. This left Carl and his mother in a very difficult financial situation. Even though they were poor, his mother worked hard to give him a good education. Carl was a brilliant student, especially in chemistry and mechanics. At 15, he passed the entrance exam for mechanical engineering at the University of Karlsruhe. There, he met a teacher named Ferdinand Rettenbacher, who believed that steam engines were becoming outdated. Under his guidance, Carl became interested in motorized vehicles. At that time, many inventors had tried to build automobiles, but they were not practical. Most used steam engines, which were large and slow. Carl realized that a new type of engine was needed. Starting his own business. After graduating at 19, Carl worked in several engineering jobs. In 1871, at age 27, he started his own business with a partner named August Ritter. However, Ritter was unreliable, and their company struggled. Carl's fiancée, Bertha Ringer, believed in him. She came from a wealthy family and used her dowry to buy out Ritter's shares. This allowed Carl and Bertha to fully control the business. Despite many difficulties, Carl made important inventions, including a gasoline-powered engine. However, production costs were high, and the business struggled. In 1882, Carl had to sell most of his company's shares and lost control of his own business. Frustrated, he left and started a new company with 2 bicycle mechanics. This time, he was more successful and was finally able to focus on building an automobile. The first car in history. Instead of adding an engine to a carriage, Carl built a new vehicle from scratch. In 1885, he created the Benz patent motor wagon, the world's first true automobile. It had 3 wheels and could go up to 7 miles per hour. But when Carl tested his car in public, people were skeptical. Some were afraid it might explode. Others thought it was a devil's carriage. Even his business partners doubted him. His wife Bertha decided to take action. In 1888, she made history by secretly driving the car 66 miles to visit her mother. This was the longest journey ever made in a motorized vehicle. Along the way, she refueled at a pharmacy and fixed mechanical problems herself. Her journey proved that the automobile was useful. Soon people became interested in buying cars, and Carl's business started growing. The rise of Mercedes-Benz. By the 1890s, Carl's company became the biggest car manufacturer in the world. However, a competitor, Daimler Motorengesellschaft, DMG, was catching up. In 1901, DMG released the Mercedes 35 GP, which looked more like a modern car. It was fast, powerful, and became very popular. Carl's business partners brought in French designers to create a better car, but Carl disagreed with their ideas. Frustrated, he left the company in 1903. Meanwhile, the Daimler company became stronger. In 1926, due to financial struggles, Daimler and Benz merged to form Mercedes-Benz. Carl Benz lived long enough to see his company succeed before passing away in 1929 at the age of 84. World War II and the dark side of Mercedes-Benz. In the early 1930s, Mercedes-Benz was renowned for producing luxury and high-performance cars. One of their most iconic models was the Mercedes-Benz 540K, a sleek sports car powered by a 5.4-liter supercharged engine. This vehicle became a status symbol among Europe's elite, including aristocrats and celebrities. At the same time, the world was in turmoil. The Great Depression severely impacted the global economy, and Germany faced an economic crisis. The Nazi Party, led by Adolf Hitler, capitalized on this situation by promising industrial revival and technological advancement. As one of Germany's largest automotive companies, Mercedes-Benz soon caught the attention of the Nazi regime. 5.2. Mercedes-Benz and the Nazi regime. When Hitler rose to power in 1933, he aimed to make Germany the world's leading automotive and industrial power. One of his major projects was the construction of the Autobahn highway system and the production of the Volkswagen Beetle, a people's car designed by engineer Ferdinand Porsche. However, for military purposes, Hitler needed tougher and faster vehicles. Mercedes-Benz, already known for its premium automobiles, was chosen to supply vehicles for Nazi leaders. One of the most infamous cars from this era was the Mercedes-Benz G4, a large off-road vehicle frequently used by Hitler during military parades and troop inspections. Photographs of Hitler standing inside a Mercedes-Benz G4 while addressing crowds became a powerful propaganda tool for the Nazi regime. This association would later become a source of controversy for the brand. 5.3. Mercedes-Benz's role in World War II. When World War II erupted in 1939, Mercedes-Benz shifted entirely from civilian car production to manufacturing military vehicles and engines. Some of their key contributions included Mercedes-Benz IL 3000, a military truck used by the Wehrmacht, German army, for transporting troops and supplies. Mercedes-Benz DB 601, an aircraft engine used in the legendary Messerschmitt Bf 109, the Luftwaffe's primary fighter plane. Mercedes-Benz SD.KFC 251, an armored personnel carrier used in ground operations. Mercedes-Benz was not only involved in land vehicle production, but also supplied engines for warships and tanks. The company became deeply integrated into Germany's wartime military-industrial complex, leading to substantial growth during the war. 5.4. Forced labor and war crimes controversy. However, this rapid expansion came at a dark cost. As the war progressed, Germany faced a labor shortage due to millions of men being sent to the front lines. To compensate, Mercedes-Benz, like many other major German companies, exploited forced labor from concentration camps. It is estimated that around 40,000 forced laborers were used in Mercedes-Benz factories to produce military vehicles and equipment. These workers endured inhumane conditions, lacked proper food, and were subjected to brutal treatment. After the war, many German companies had to confront their complicity in the Nazi war effort. Mercedes-Benz was no exception. By the 1980s, as the world became more aware of Nazi atrocities, the company faced increasing pressure to acknowledge its role in using forced labor. In 1998, Mercedes-Benz, along with several other German corporations, established the Remembrance, Responsibility, and Future Foundation, a compensation fund for victims of forced labor. This was seen as an attempt to take historical accountability for its past. 5.5. Post-war Mercedes-Benz. From ruin to revival. After World War II ended in 1945, Germany was in ruins. Mercedes-Benz factories in Stuttgart and surrounding areas had been severely damaged by Allied bombings. Many of the company's top engineers had either perished in the war or were taken prisoner by the Allies. Despite these challenges, Mercedes-Benz managed to recover remarkably quickly. By the 1950s, the company was once again a leader in the global automotive industry. One of its most iconic post-war models was the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing, a sports car with distinctive gull-wing doors that became a symbol of innovation and luxury. Over time, the brand successfully distanced itself from its wartime history and rebuilt its image as a pioneer in safety, reliability, and luxury. Today, Mercedes-Benz remains one of the most respected and prestigious automobile manufacturers in the world. The legacy of Carl Benz. Today, Mercedes-Benz is one of the most luxurious and valuable car brands in the world. But none of this would have been possible without Carl Benz. Despite many challenges, he never gave up on his dream. His story reminds us that great inventions often start with struggle, but with determination and vision, anything is possible. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.